Hey, Carp Anglers, James Sanders here, and
Thomas Pearson, how you guys doing out there tonight?
great, great. Man, how's your week, buddy?
It's alright.
Yeah. One of those days.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, it's humid, very,
Hot.
very humid. You can't tell?
Yeah, I can. You know, I would not doubt it. All of our lakes going to dry up here soon.
Man, don't say that.
It's like hot. It's like,
I mean, it is hot.
it's like desert
But
hot.
there's places that's going through worse,
Yeah.
like hot. I'd rather it be hot than cold right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So, man, well, I don't know. Get a couple more people on here. I know this is. I know a lot of these guys, anglers out there right now, are probably fishing, or they're getting ready to head to waiting for the sun kind of go down a little bit, do a little bit evening fishing or something.
Well, I mean, if you look at our track record, I mean,
Yeah.
we slow down a lot
We
in
have
the summertime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as like doing the podcast.
Yeah, most
Because
definitely.
we're out doing things or working late or fishing, you know what I mean? So we've done more here in the summertime, than way more than what we've normally done.
Most definitely. So, well, our today's guest is going to be Brandon Ward. He's actually
One of our teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. He started our team earlier this year.
Yep.
He's always a pleasure to have him. We haven't quite had a video shoot with him yet.
Yep.
But,
Well, we're going to get to know him a little bit. I mean, obviously we already know him, but
yeah.
for the people that don't know him, we're going to get you to know him a little bit better.
And man, I tell you, one thing about Brandon, I know him since younger age. I think his early teens. I think when I met him, always hanged out with Rick Slinker and Gilbert Huxley all the time.
Yeah, but then know that's why he knows what he knows.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what he knows just because of him. But
Yeah.
For just to have two mentors like that,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
hanging around and showing you, you know what I mean? That's a lot of knowledge wrapped up in two people
Yeah, so,
that he's getting.
we're going to go probably tell you about a couple tournaments that's getting ready to come up here soon. And before we get to talk to Brandon. But yeah, there's a lot of tournaments getting ready to start up here soon. I want to kind of give you guys the knowledge and information on it and what some of the stuff is all about. And then we'll talk to Mr. Ward.
You was talking about how hot it is and you're drinking, is that coffee?
That is coffee, man.
And that shit's steaming.
And it's steam. That's why I'm letting it cool down.
Yeah.
So.
You've been drinking coffee all day too, ain't you?
No.
No?
It's unsweet tea.
Unsweet?
Unsweet.
Oh, I forgot you was on that keto diet. You still doing, is that what it is, the keto diet?
No, it's not keto diet. It's a carnivore diet. It's a meat eating thing.
So you just
But I ain't
eat
gonna
meat?
lie, man. I get my cravings sometimes,
For what?
like fruits or something like that. But you can't have fruit. You can't have fruit. You can't have. Of course, you gotta stay away from all processed food. Vegetables. Can't have vegetables. Fruit. Drink milk.
So
Nothing.
what do you eat?
I eat like today I had steak and a chicken breast. And early this morning, chicken breast and two eggs.
Let's say like for breakfast, what do you eat?
Yeah, eggs and
Chicken.
chicken. Or
No
pork
toast?
chops. No toast.
No bread.
No bread. Nothing.
No noodles.
No noodles.
No mac and cheese.
No.
No mashed potatoes.
No. That's all peanut.
Oh man, no corn.
No corn. But you know, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes with Tia, oh my God, she'll, James, give me some of this, give me some of that, and I'm like,
You're like
okay.
Tia, you're killing me. Like
It is.
you gotta go get it.
I do, and I gotta smell it.
I mean, it's not that you gotta go get it. Of course, you're gonna go get it for your wife.
Right.
But you gotta smell it and be like, damn, I bet she's gonna tear this shit
And that's
up.
why-
Does it smell so good?
At the beginning of my doing that diet thing, that's what I've been doing. Hey, let me sniff your food for a second. And she'll be like, okay, here's my, like I have a nose all up in her food.
Yeah, where you
You're
go
like-
say you hurry up and smell this and then take a bite of this, so you think
I
that's
can't,
what you're
no, I
eating.
can't tell you. You're like, huh, okay, I'm done, I'm fine. And then it's just, it's mainly a mental thing. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I started at 251 and now I'm at 223, 221, and I can't seem to go past that. And I've been that area for about 3 weeks, and I can't go past 221. I got.
You gotta wake up at 4:30 and run 2 laps.
No, I don't have to do exercise, man.
Wear a trash
No
bag.
cardio.
That trash bag will make you sweat.
Man, I go outside on the
Hey, try that one day this week while you're at work.
Yeah, I'll probably pass out, dude.
No, you wouldn't pass
Try
out.
to kill me now.
No, don't.
That's how it works.
Just tear you a neck in it and tear you
Paramedic people go to-
and
after I'm
two arm
passed
pieces out and put your shirt on over it and wear that while you work. And you're gonna be like, Tommy, I sweated so much today.
No, paramedic people like say, what the hell's wrong with you? So I told my teammate Tommy told me to do it. He said, what the f?
It's a quick way to.
You think?
Yeah.
To die, quick way to die. You're right. They're not 90 degree.
I learned that trick in my younger days.
Did you? Yeah. How old are you now?
Huh?
He said younger days.
Yeah.
I'm only 54 this year. You know,
I'll be.
your birthday and my birthday about the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's coming up.
Yeah.
When? Saturday. This Saturday.
So you're on your 20th.
Huh? Yeah. I'm 20. I'm 19. I'll be 20.
My dad. You know, crazy part.
No, I'm 41. I'll be 42.
My dad and Tia's dad are both have the same birthday. So it's like, okay, and that matter of fact, it's this Friday, July 19th.
Your birthday is?
No, my dad, both.
Your dad's?
Yeah, dad's.
And yours is the?
Mine's the 26th. So, you're a Leo.
No, I'm a Cancer, baby.
How are you Cancer?
Huh? I'm right there at the deadline.
Deadline?
Yeah, mine's the 20th.
Okay.
I want to say the cutoff is like the 23rd.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. Maybe.
Enough about us. Though.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk
All right.
about the Kansas City.
All right, Zach. Kansas now, as far as I know, last time I heard, man, there's still 4 or 5 spots still open at the Kansas City Carp Anglers Harvest Moon Classic over in Kansas City. This is like the third year doing this, and each spot's always different each time. But they still got some good spots. First place gets $3,000. It's at October 3rd through the 6th, of course, this year. $500 entry. So if you guys are interested in this tournament, it's a team tournament, 1 or 2 people. Top four fish. Second place is $1,500. Third place is $1,000. And the big fish pot is about $1,000. So definitely get a hold of the Kansas City Carp Anglers. Who they mainly should talk to? Remember?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
We had him on the show.
We had him on the show.
Sorry, we're only human.
Man.
We only go off the scripts that they give us.
Yeah. Something. What's up, Daniel? How you doing, brother? What's up, Tia? My baby. What's Kevin?
Also, the St. Lawrence.
You're ugly, Kevin Tharp.
Oh, Tharp.
He's ugly. What's up, Eli?
St. Lawrence Junior International Carp Tournament.
Yep.
We're still looking for a couple more marshals to help at the tournament.
No, I think it's open.
This is for the one July 18th to the 20th.
July 18th. Okay, you got that's all.
Yeah.
You got double paper? Okay.
It's just
My bad. You're
No,
right.
you're good.
Interrupt.
Wada Dada Not. What does that say?
Man, don't.
No, what is that? Man, let's see if you can pronounce that. It's in New York.
Yeah, it's in New York. You got to be a CAG member.
July 18th. Yeah, you got to be a CAG
I
member.
think, yeah. You have to. No, it's a junior carp anglers.
Yeah.
So if the carp anglers group is doing it, yeah, you have to be a CAG member.
Okay.
And
Yep,
that's another thing I was going to talk about, the whole the carp
I
anglers.
had this in there, but it's July 18th to the 20th.
Yeah, matter of fact, this weekend.
If you can only be there on Friday, July 19th, or Saturday, July 20th, that would be brilliant. We
Yeah.
provide lunch for the volunteers and can help with finding places to stay.
Yeah, so they have this tournament each year. I personally haven't heard about. Been to these tournaments, but I heard everybody that went there, they always had a great time. It's especially great for the youth. As well as it gets them more knowledgeable about how start kids out on the whole carp fishing experience. So definitely you guys check that out. And I need to put this out here too. You know, for a while I've been a chairman for here in Indiana as a CAG representative. I'm a CAG chairman for here. I 100% recommend join this group. It's a great cause. They always try to go out there and protect the trophy carp fish all the time. They definitely talk about good carp care. And you know, I think it's like, if I remember right, it's $25 to be a member of it each year, if I'm not mistaken. But they definitely, I need to read more about this. And basically, this is what they said. This is just a reminder for the aims of the Carp Anglers Group. A, to gain acceptance of the carp and exciting and the challenging of the sport fish. So basically trying to make the carp a sport fish. To become a better carp angler, assist others, encourage them to join us. Talk about Carp Anglers Group. To treat the carp with respect, promote and release the trophy-sized carp. Encourage others to do the same. Most of all, go fishing, share with others, and have fun. They got a Facebook page, and they also have a website. So definitely check out the Carp Anglers Group. Another note. You want to do this one real quick? I know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, man.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
No, this tournament's already sold out. Everybody already, you know what I mean? It's the Fishing Factory 2024 CT Carp Open.
Who's all going to that one?
It's sold out. We got, I want to say, we got one of our teammates going for sure, Jimmy Sneen.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Sneen. He's real close friends with him.
Yeah. But you know, Kyle Jeffrey, he runs that. Lee Horn helps him out a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like
both
I said,
of them's been on our show.
Yeah, for sure. It's already sold out. It was $850 to register. It was expected in by June. Non-refundable deposit of $350 must be sent to your register as a friend. There was 40 teams. Let's see. Peg draw is you know, like I said, we're a couple months away from this. You know what I mean? But we just want to give everybody a rundown of it because it's already sold out. You know what I mean? And it sells out every year that he's had it. And you know, obviously, you know, we want to share it too. You know, just so more people are more aware of it, that it's happening.
Is that, in fact, May? The reason why we're bringing this up is because this tournament's coming up. They have it every year, and this might be something that you guys probably want to think about next year. Of course, it's sold out.
That's what I was about to say.
This thing, but if I'm not mistaken, they put a scoreboard of who's ahead, don't they?
Yeah. It's just like they do in New York or anything like that. Like I want to say there's an app that you can follow, or you know, a page or something like that. But it's, you know, it sells out every year. And I fished it too, and it ain't.
It's a challenging thing, isn't it?
It's a lot. It is really challenging there because it's not like New York.
No.
You know what I mean? I mean, maybe in certain areas, the spot that I fished, you know what I mean, like the fish that we caught, you know, I feel like we worked really, really hard for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they wasn't in there by the abundance. We wasn't catching a bunch of flippers, or you know, we probably caught 13, 14 fish, you know, in a 100-hour tournament.
And that's the top 4 fish.
Yeah, top 4, and I think I don't know if I think they lowered it because it used to be like 22 pounds. I think it had to be 22 pounds or bigger.
Gotcha.
So we just, you know, I hit a 27 and a 26, and then Justin hit a 23 and some change, and then, you know, we caught some other fish, but they just wasn't big enough.
So how many? So what do you got? You got
40 teams.
Okay, 40 teams, and then you got two anglers in it, and then you got a runner, or you got 3?
You have, I want to say you have an option to have a runner there.
Okay, and I'll be thinking what?
Which you know, but I think you could do more than that. You could
4 rods or 3 rods?
Let me see. I think it was 4.
4 rods, so basically 2 rods per angler, but in that state's long.
Or maybe it could have been 3. I don't know. Okay. I'll have to go back and look at pictures or videos that I got.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's definitely a good tournament. You know, like I said, you guys want to look out for, especially, you know, like I said, it's already sold out this year, but next year, But the peg draw is going to be Monday, 10/21, 3 p.m. at Middletown Elk Club Fishing. Fishing starts Tuesday, 10/22, 7 a.m. Peg arrival is no earlier than 5 a.m. Fishing ends Saturday, 10/26, 12 p.m. Award ceremony Saturday, 10/26, 2 p.m. at the same place, the Middletown Elk Club, which is where we had it. You know what I mean? When I was there. I was there. It was a good time. Man.
Yeah, I bet it sounds exciting.
But like I said, it's hard, man.
I want to go. I would like to go down or to be in that tournament, or I would like to video shoot that tournament.
It'd definitely be fun to video shoot, but
I think you're right there watching all these.
I don't know if I can go down there and
not fish.
I
understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So that's a sold out tournament.
Yep.
So here's another tournament, and we're here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're trying to make this very, very big. Now this tournament here is
we've had it before
a bunch of times.
I wonder what the actual record number is of attendance that we've ever had.
I can tell you. Well, I'm
talking about all the way back to like even when you know what I mean, like when we was doing it when Westside Bait and Tackle was open.
Not the
What's
Fall
the
Carp
most
Classic.
anglers that we've had?
Not the Fall Carp Classic, but the White River. It was close to being about 65 anglers. That was all down that whole stretch. I can't remember what year, but it was such a great event. Hot, very hot. That's when back in the day when the Hoosier Carpers were strong because of course they got with the guidance of Jim Donald from Westside Bait and Tackle, but I mean
that's what we know. I mean, I'm not saying find somebody to I guess it's hard to find somebody that he put his heart and soul into that.
Well, anybody backed up Jim. When Jim said run something, it was Jim. Okay, yeah. I mean, Jim was like he walked on water in front of everybody, man. So I was like,
I mean, look how many people he helped out.
Oh, he helped tons. But that was the past.
Yeah.
But anyway, now this White River Fall Carp Classic is coming in September 21st. I'm hosting it. Team Fish Fire is hosting. Of course, the Weight Masters is going to be me and Ricky Massey. We want to get this very, very big. And for you guys out of state and inside the state of here in Indiana, this is going to be a good tournament. And
it's hard to come from far.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, heck, man, we had the Kansas City Carp
man, I know, and
they came here.
I love that they came down and supported.
They came 4 hours just to come down here, man.
I think some of them drove further than that.
We had some. We always get some dive.
It wasn't. It was where Jamie? I think she drove further.
Oh yeah, she's part of the Kansas City crew.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, but she lives in
Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
But she drove like 9 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When she came out, I was like, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because White River is unforgivable, boy.
It is. It's a challenge. It's a challenging river. It really is. And
there's fish in there.
There's fish in there.
But
But the whole upside to this whole thing, even when you come to this tournament and all that stuff, we get so many sponsors in these tournaments that gives out door prizes. You're not leaving empty-handed. Each angler that comes in this tournament, we got door prizes and everything that everybody always leaves with something each time. And of course, the winners, they get the trophies
and all money is paid out.
Yeah, 100% payout.
James and Ricky do this, on their free time. They don't get nothing for it.
Nope. So
they're doing it for you guys. You know what I mean? People that come out and fish every time.
And you're welcome.
It'd be nice to have 20, 30 guys out there. You know what I mean?
But of course, I always try to with Team Fish Fires. We always try to make a video shoot out of this. Each time, of the anglers that caught the carp and whatever. We always have a little side bet for the biggest fish, and we also have a side pot for non-species, for the biggest non-species fish. It's about $40 per angler to get in there. We like to get set. We got all set up for 70 pegs. So you got a good about 10. I think it's got about 15 feet of bank space.
I like to see a bunch of people there.
Yeah, I'm also.
It don't matter if you're a pay laker or a wild water guy. You think you got what it takes to come win the tournament, you know what I mean, and get your name on that trophy right there.
Right. And another cool thing about the White River Fall Invitationals and Fall Carp Classic, we have this championship trophy. Your name, matter of fact, there's Fall Carp Classic. Right there, that's the Fall Carp Classic trophy right here. Your name goes down in history on this trophy right here. You know, and we got a White River Invitation trophy just like this, with your name will go down in history. So I do need to update it. That is another great event that comes our way each year, and the money goes to the great, you know, and we always give each carp angler, you know, like we were really trying to really bring them up really a lot, you know, especially because they're like the kings. They're the king of that year, you know. Of course, you go home with the trophies and a lot of door prizes, and it's a good
There's
tournament.
always a lot of door prizes, man. And shout out to everybody that donates to us all the time too, you know, to help it out.
Big Money Beepers is the one always pays for the trophies each year. They said put me down, and then of course they get their, you know.
We appreciate Big Money Beeper, you know.
Michael Thornburg, Beepers. So also a lot of our sponsors and supporters, Carp Anglers Group, Carping Commando,
Bottom Feeder Baits.
Bottom Feeder Baits, and
You know, we appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys. You know,
Use your carpers. So again, if you guys want to use sponsors, want to help out to support this group or Kingfish Fires and this podcast, we really appreciate it. So that's it for me. You got anything?
I mean, look out. There's a couple. Look out for the big tournament at Hub Sunday.
Yeah,
It's already, like I said, it's already sold out. Sold
Is
out.
it?
84 spots.
Really?
Yeah.
84 spots is already sold out.
Yeah.
When is the champions? The champions in September, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's at Highway Springs.
Again.
Still a lot of qualifiers left though.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, you know, big tournament. Like I said, 84 people. That's gonna be a nice. That's gonna be a nice
Little
tournament.
chunk.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But that just goes to show you how big Hubs is too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they could really hold more people than that. They've held 110 before.
I heard about that. That's that.
Yeah, that was
Todd Roz's.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like he had to turn a couple people away. I mean,
Yeah.
and he didn't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's call Brandon.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get Brandon Ward on. I think he's our guest today. Wow. Why don't you guys throw us some numbers out there? You know, the biggest fish that you caught this week. I already heard a bunch of you guys talking about last week. Why don't you guys give us some numbers for this week? What's your numbers?
Hello?
Brandon, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Great.
You good, man? You all right?
So, tying some rigs up right now.
Yeah. Where you going?
I'm going to go out to the creek spot. I've been fishing here lately. Keeping it baited here and there, a couple times throughout the week.
Hey, can you talk up a little bit, Brandon?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're having problems hearing you.
Is that better?
A lot better.
For sure.
Yeah. So how's it going, brother?
It's going. It is going.
Nice, nice. You say you're heading to Creekside?
No, he said a creek spot.
Creek spot?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
Out to that creek spot out there. And actually, it's the one on Geist.
Okay, gotcha. Geist is a good place.
A lot of carp fishermen up there this year, but
You know,
I've been taking a kayak out and then
Yeah.
driving all the way out to Inlet, keeping a spot baited and stuff
There you go.
like that.
so when you go, I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Brandon, I've known you probably since your early teens. Am I right or am I wrong?
Since I was 11. if I'm not
11.
mistaken.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Of course, I feel like Rick Slinker and maybe Gilbert Huxley took you under his wing.
Yes, yes.
And,
They taught me quite a bit.
yeah. And,
Richard McCoy's actually the one that got me into it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I can dig it.
I didn't even know what a carp was.
Right.
I fished before then. I'd been fishing since I was 4.
Right.
And me and his sons were friends, and then he was like, "Let's go carp fishing." And I, what the hell is a carp? Got me into it, and then kind of took off with it, and got with Gilbert, Rick.
Okay. Gilbert and Rick and all that?
Yep.
Okay, yep. They, man, I knew them for a long time too. Jeez, oh my God.
Who, Gilbert and Rick?
Gilbert and Rick.
And they've been around a long time. They've been carp fishing for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Like I was telling James before, we even kind of got started before you got on there. That's 2 people that's heavy hitters and been around for a long time.
Yep, they're kind of like they're about the founders of the Hoosier Carpers.
That's probably why you're so good, Brandon.
Yeah.
I mean, not that, but obviously, Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of knowledge there and history from those 2 that from the start of the carp game, and I'd be a liar if I was to say I didn't learn anything. A lot of what I've learned is from those 2 guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That,
Learned a lot off of Gilbert also.
huh?
So I've learned a lot off of Gilbert also.
Yeah. You also are, of course, you're one of our teammates from Team Fish Fighters. You just joined earlier this year. It's a pleasure to have you on our team. I know you're a very, very knowledgeable man. Also, the cool thing, and I'm gonna watch you, grow up a little bit, and you had a son named Nash.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you named your son Nash after a carp company, Nash Carp Products.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's better than the name that I want to pick for Hunter. I want to name Darth Vader or Thor. And James said no.
Hey, how did you convince the wife to do that?
It just happened.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I chose, and it stuck. So
Yeah. But
And how old is he now?
he just turned 5.
wow, really?
I know what you mean. I got one that's about to turn 2.
He's growing up fast.
Yeah, I didn't, growing up, I constantly heard people say kids grow up quick, and never realized it until I had my own.
Yeah.
Actually, how fast, and I think it really takes place after they get up and start walking. They're more dependent on themselves, and it takes off.
Now, I do stock your Facebook page a lot here too.
He stocks everybody.
Yeah, I stock everybody's Facebook.
Everybody's. So he don't just hit them up. He stalks.
It's just not you. Sorry.
He stalks you for like 2 weeks and then asks you to be on the show.
No, of course.
I know, and of course, I see a lot of photos of you. I know, of course, you guys set the hook for your son, but what is his PB?
If I'm not mistaken, his is 23 pounds. 23 if I'm not mistaken.
Well, heck yeah! How cool is that?
To be 5.
To be 5 when you grow up.
I know grown men ain't.
Grown man ain't goes. Yes. Well, I age 5, I caught a 23 pounder. I'm like, what? What? Heck yeah!
Yeah. So he has a Florida PB. His Florida PB is the draft carp that I think was around 15 pounds. He has a Tennessee PB and then an Indian PB.
Nice.
Where was you at in Florida?
Down in Tampa, actually. So right outside of Tampa, it's called like Riverdale. My aunt lives down there, and there's a lot of like house edition ponds and stuff like that.
That's
Pick out some stingrays, stuff like that. Then we went to house edition ponds, and kept blinking, and then we actually went and fished out on a military base, and he ended up getting his grass carp out there.
What was you guys using for bait?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What was you guys using for bait?
Honestly, for grass carp, I think they hit a little different than a common.
Yeah.
Smaller hook baits. I don't think it really matters about, I could be wrong, everybody has their own opinion. I don't think it really matters about method mix. I think a lot of it is a hook bait. I found in my angling that, smaller corn, bright pop-up, stuff like that is what works the best, or worked best for us. And, it's the same thing he used right there.
Where they can single it out.
Pop-up corn.
Where they could single it out?
Sorry, what?
So it makes it easier for them to single it out, like you said, a single hook pieces.
And see, that's the thing. There's a couple of grass carp spots that I have, and I'll even throw just a handful of boilies over a rod and then throw a single piece of corn out there right in the dead center of it. That way, it's like you just said, single it out, a couple of boilies and then just one corn.
Nice. Okay, I can dig it. Yeah, so, for some of the carp anglers that don't know yet, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, how long you've been carp fishing, and whatever else comes to your mind.
Yeah. So obviously I'm Brendan. I've been carp fishing since I was 10. I started fishing when I was around 3. Traveled all over the place. Indiana to Florida, to Pennsylvania, to Texas. Shoot, I'm not very good at talking about myself.
I'm right there with you.
You're all right, man. I mean,
Yeah. So common PV would be a 40.5.
Wow.
Both of my mirrors are 38, 39, and then grass carp. I'm not very into catching grass carp. I don't like the smell of them.
Really?
Yep. I'm not super into them.
Yeah.
Do they have a smell similar to like buffalo, like their slime?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the buffalo, they have more of a distinct smell.
Yeah.
And the grass carp are just. I wouldn't say it's 100% the slime. The smell of it is a lot of. It's a high risk, in my opinion, to catch grass carp. I've seen so many people catch grass carp, and they practice CPR, catch photo release.
Yeah.
Don't get it back in the water soon enough. So I don't like taking the chance of trying to mainly target them.
They beat themselves up real bad.
Perhaps that happened or something.
Right. They definitely beat themselves up really bad.
Yeah, they do, and I will say they fight like crazy. That first initial fight as soon as they're hooked is outrageous. All their power goes to that.
Yeah.
I call them freshwater sharks.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people switch to carp fishing, really.
Yeah.
Because once they finally catch a carp and they're like, man, this fight's like I ain't felt this before.
Right.
This is a different type of fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's like Gilbert Huxley always calls it. It's like a bass on steroids. But that's just the thrust that a carp has. But wow, it's.
How did your passion for carp fishing start?
So I've always had a passion for fishing like that in general, just the whole rig tie-in. I've always been an outside kid. When I was younger, we were outside. Mom would pretty much kick our butts outside. As soon as the lights come on, you better be inside.
Yeah.
So instead of, just running around, I wanted to fish. I got hooked on fishing. Actually, my older brother is the one that got me into the fishing, and then I just constantly just fish and learn. And then, like I said, I got into carp fishing, And I think with carp fishing, it's I absolutely love it,
Yeah.
but there's you see more what's around you, and you realize more what's around you. It's not all about just catching the fish. It's not this and that. It's almost like being at a peace of mind per se when you're out on a lake. And so I think that's a lot of it. It's, the peacefulness, the
peacefulness,
adrenaline of catching
not having
fish.
a worry in the world.
Wow. But, so, do you still fish with your brother?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Okay. Good deal. All right. Now, basically, you're mainly out there with your son now and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to take it that you go to Geist a lot. So you're pretty close to the barber shop, right?
Yeah, I'm probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes away.
Nice.
Yeah, you probably like that, huh?
Oh, he's got a great he's got a great shop, bait shop.
All right. He definitely does.
He's got the big selection of carp stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean that, and he, super on it. He's willing to take care of people. He's kind of just, one of those type of people. He doesn't know everything about the carp game. He's willing to learn. I love it. He picks up these products for us carp fishermen.
Yeah.
And he tries to learn as much as he can, but then at the same time, he tries to hook everybody up. And I see a lot of, like, you guys were talking about Jim Donley. I used to go to West Side when I was younger, almost every other weekend, if not every weekend.
Yeah.
Cut grass all weekend, and then I would go there, spend all my money on carp crap.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of the same attitude in Chris that I see in Jim.
That's what That's what I always told Tommy and a couple other people was that I feel like Chris is almost going to be like the next Jim Donlin. Just
yes.
And we support all bait shops.
Yeah, support all bait shops.
We want everybody to support all your bait shops because they're all between far and they're not all really in the same area, man. So they all each have their own people that mess with everybody, and but I feel like everybody supports everybody though.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to Adams. Everybody goes to Naptown.
Yep.
Everybody goes to the barber shops.
I agree with that 100%. I mean, if it wasn't for these guys, then just like you said, Naptown, Adams, Bobbert,
and they all work with each other though too. You know what I mean? They all TJ and Chris talk, and I'm sure they talk to Adams Outdoors too. They all help each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a good thing too. That's what they.
Like I said, if it wasn't for them, these people, it'd be harder for us to go out and get our bait. We would have to solely order almost all of our stuff.
Yeah.
We couldn't just drive right down the street and go pick up some bottom feeding baits or World Classic baits or whatever you're into using.
Yeah.
You'd have to sit there and order it, so it'd be 10 times harder for us. So what they do for us is outstanding.
For people just joining in, we have our special guest today, Brandon Ward. He's one of our teammates here from Team Fish Fighters. He lives.
You're more of a wild water guy, pretty much, right?
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you're gonna fish where anywhere you can fish.
Yeah, but you got a lot of experience. You hanged out with us. Again, I'm just telling the people that just tuned in. You had you fished with a lot of legendary carp anglers. They went under, Brandon went under the wing with Joe Hugsley, Rick Slinker.
Who else did you come up with?
Kenny Mack is one of those guys.
So Dale Hollow is no stranger to you either, is it?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, you've been at Dale Hollow tons of times. Even helped out Kenny Mack and Rick Slinker a lot. Out there with their charter boats.
You been this year?
I haven't been this year. Been pretty busy with a few other things. But I've also kind of taken a step back from Dale Hollow to focus on some home state turf or some home turf for us,
right?
Per se. I found a couple dugout spots. I've kind of set a goal back to where before I go out and, because at one point when I was younger in my career, I wanted to go out to multiple states and get state records for, Indiana, Tennessee, just all over the place, Michigan. And so I kind of told myself to step back from that. I need to hit the state record for Indiana before I
Man,
go.
I'm right there with you. I would love to do that. I think that'd be such a great honor to do something like that.
And I think you'd have to fish somewhere,
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying, you gotta fish, it's gonna be really, really hard just to pull up and fish for a couple hours and hit a state record, you know what I mean?
So what if
Yeah.
our state
And
record?
that's,
Like
Our
you said,
state
you gotta
record is
put
32 to 34.
sorry.
So our state record right now for a common carp is it 32 or 34?
I think our official is 40 something.
Oh,
yeah, I was about
wow.
to say, it's.
I know
think
it's at
very good.
Pine Lake up north.
Yes. Yeah, it's 40. So there is a unconfirmed,
42.
suppose, I've heard from the grapevine there was a 50 caught out of Pine Lake, but
Really?
if I think the official, like DNR flight and all that, is like
Where's that at?
46, 48, something around that range.
Pine Lake.
Mhm.
It's Warsaw, Indiana. Yeah, it's this Pine Lake is in Warsaw, Indiana. I feel like I don't know how many acre lake that is, but it's like there's a couple little campgrounds around that place. Jim Donnan back in the day, he did a lot of Hoosier Carpet tournament trails. And he went to a couple tournaments there before. It's definitely a good challenging lake too, as long as you can find the right spot to hit that lake at. But I think if I'm not mistaken, Pine Lake, when they caught that record, it was back in I'd like to say in the 80s.
That could be right.
When the
I
last
haven't
record was
seen
hit
it.
or caught?
Yeah.
I just know
It's hard to tell.
kind of if I'm out on the bank and if it's a fish up towards that range, I know what I need to do as
Right.
far as documentation, and then that's when I'm going to look it up. Okay, I got a 40 on the bank. Let's see
Right,
what
in fact, I'm looking it up right now.
And since you just said that, Brandon, we got a question, coming through Facebook. It says, what is the process to claim a record-breaking fish?
So there.
And that's Sam Williams asked that question.
I would honestly, I've told myself over the years, if I was to catch a record fish, I would not call DNR.
Yeah. You're
Because
right.
I've heard so many horror stories of DNR telling people they cannot release the fish.
Yeah,
whatever,
they do that. I think they do that. They do it for record, but they also do it for
Educational.
educational and research. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So my thing would be is I would measure all lengths of the fish, weight, document absolutely everything from start to T, video proof, all that. And then, if I had to take that to them after releasing the fish,
Right.
whatever. If they're not going to give me the state record at that, then I could care less. At least
that's
I
your
know I
fish.
did
You
the
can do
right
what
thing
you
by
want with it.
letting that fish go and for it to create that gene. Because you don't come across those genes often,
No.
especially here in Indiana, on bigger fish. Those are the ones that are going to continue to populate our waters.
You would think that they would record it and everything like that and give you the option.
Yeah, and it's an unfortunate thing that they just whatever they I don't know. It surprises me that they just want them killed. If you want to call them invasive or not, the thing is they've been here long enough to create this their home. There's no real documentation to support them that they are invasive. We just didn't know how to fish for that.
Right.
So
I shared a video earlier on my Facebook page that had some pretty educational information on it. I can't remember who originally shared it.
I got. It was that pipe. Of course, it was at Pike Lake. It was a 43 pound, 43.4 pound. I can't see what year it was yet. But yeah, it was. I'm getting a little bit of mixed signals. It's talking about it's in 2016, but that don't sound right at all. But
What, the last time?
yeah,
I mean, it could be right.
could be.
Now, where's all your PBs? What is your Indiana? I mean, what all states have you been to and fished with?
So Michigan is. I haven't fished Michigan all too often, but I got a 30 in Michigan, 31 even in Indiana, Dale Hollow, Texas twice. I've been back to Texas 3 times. Two of the trips I was actually down there for work. Pulled off to the side fish. One time I went down there with a sinker. Florida, Ohio, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Kentucky. I couldn't tell you that all.
It's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah. Okay, so I found a little bit more information. It was a common carp, Pike Lake, 43.4. A guy named Russell Long, and it was back in 1989. So I knew it was in the 80s. So
Some time ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's when I graduated from high school.
You know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy with all the wild water carp anglers that we do have here in Indiana?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it hasn't been broken.
No, absolutely.
But do you guys think, since it ain't been broken in so long, do you think since bow fishing came out that could have halted, why it hasn't been hit?
Hello? Brandon, you there? Did we lose Brandon? I think we lost Brandon.
You there, Brandon?
Don't let me talk to myself all day. People don't like that. Well, I guess we're having a little bit of technical problems at this moment. We lost Brandon.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think maybe his phone died or something.
It could be. Oh shit. Born up first, they charge your phone up. No, I don't know. But what is your guys' for people who's out there right now? Why don't you guys throw us some numbers out there real quick of what is your guys' PB in your guys' state?
We lost you.
Yeah, what happened, man? What?
I think you guys are hanging up on me.
Oh,
Told me to
well,
Stop it.
It wouldn't surprise me if Tommy did.
It was still on there.
Stop it. Stop.
All right. Well, so where was we? What was we talking about exactly?
I don't even know we're disconnected.
Yeah. I asked you, do you think the reason that there hasn't been a new record-breaking common here in Indiana because of bow angling?
Yeah. So I think there's definitely a few lakes that hasn't been affected by. There are quite a few waters in Indiana, but there's so much water that is untapped.
Yeah.
In Indiana, it'd be hard to say that they're not being records. Rock quarries, limestone factories, just big reservoirs that are untouched.
Yeah, like Monroe. Really?
But also at the same time, yes, we do have a lot of carp fishermen in Indiana, but a lot of them travel out of state to do most of their fishing. So I think it's honestly just a matter of time until somebody finds that water within the state and finds that fish.
We're having a little bit hard time hearing you, Brandon.
Is that better?
Yeah, a lot better. Here you go.
I got this outer box on my phone.
Ah, gotcha.
Go ahead.
Besides that whole bow angling stuff, do you think there'll be more bigger carp in northern Indiana, for your goals than southern Indiana?
I would say so.
Bigger waters up north.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I have found most of my bigger Indiana fish have came from more of the northern Indiana than it has south. But now, south is one of those factors that there is a lot of those rock quarries and stuff in there that you can't fish every single one. They've been for years. You never know until you try them, I guess. So.
Yeah, definitely. So do you fish a lot of rivers, lakes?
Yeah. So I don't mind rivers. I like fishing them, but I'm really big into pond and lake fishing.
Okay.
I do like the creek fishing because I feel like with creeks and stuff like that, the features change so much. So it's constantly having to learn that water because the panel might be on this side one day, it might be on the opposite side the next day. Just with rain flow and stuff like that, especially the one right down the street from my house. For an example, I fished it one weekend and I had a 5-foot hole where I was fishing, and that's where I was pulling my fish out. Went back the next weekend after we got a crap ton of rain, and that hole no longer was there. It was more 1 foot depth and 20 feet to the left of that spot. Now was the drop off.
What do you want to say? Okay, I got one.
I was just pulling it up.
Eli from off the Facebook, live Facebook, he was asking a question, do you fish with a lot of pack baits?
Not if it's needed. Not if it's not needed per se.
Yeah.
Summer times I do try to lighten up on if I'm using pack bait.
Yeah.
I will go more to basic. I usually use the same mix year round. But I'll change a few key things up. As far as like when it's super hot outside,
Yeah.
I will use a very, very light pack bait or method ball, whatever you want to call it, and I have more of a corn, a hemp seed factor into that. I feel as if it attracts more fish. Definitely visible. I don't like using colors or anything like that. I feel, everybody has their own opinion, but I feel as if colors actually shy bigger fish away, at least in the spots that I fish. So I like using clear flavors, corn, tigers, boilies, all inside the mix.
So you're saying that the pack bait will throw it off, but the pickup will attract them?
Yeah, so I think with the pack bait, if it finds a nutrition in a food, they will always revisit that spot.
Right.
And so I think with the pack bait, in my opinion, what I try to do with it, that's my attractant. That's what is sending all my scents down the creek or, around the lake, whatever I'm fishing. In my hook bait, my rig, that is what's catching their eye when they get there. I try to stick with a lot of light colored pack baits, so if I'm using oats, I keep them white because now they look like a bunch of dead mussels and on the bottom, whether it's silt sand, gravel, and then I'll use a brighter hook bait above that.
Okay.
So do you not, you say you don't like using a lot of color, so do you not use like pink pop-ups or?
So yeah, on my rigs or my hook baits, I do use color. In my pack bait, I do not. The only colors I like to run is more of the natural colors. So like I said, if I'm using oats, I'm going to keep those white, and then I'll find boilies that look like crayfish shells, mussel shells, and stuff like that to kind of make it look like just a healthy pile of food right there. and then you got that bright yellow pop up on the numbers.
Do you ever mess around with panko?
I do. I like panko quite a bit.
I do too. I like it too.
Yeah. So most of the time, what I do is I mix up the 100-gallon tote or whatever with oats, panko.
Okay.
And then I go and grab actually 5 grams of eggs and mix that in with it. And I chop my boilies up, throw that in there.
Nice.
I'm a very, very firm believer if you're going to chum the day before with, your tiger nuts, your range cubes, whatever.
Yeah, that was my next question about range cubes.
What'd you say? Did you say that last part one more time?
Whatever you're chumming with needs to be in your pack bait.
So if you're chumming with something the day before, whether it's range cubes or whatever, you need to have some of that in your pack bait to resemble that.
Your field corn, any of that, it needs to be in your pack bait because that's what they're already feeding on. That's what they're coming back to visit.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I like that. So chum before, get the fish feeding, fish the next day, or even stay the next day, whatever.
Try to incorporate some of what you was doing.
And see, I'm, a lot of times, like with my angling at least, I don't like to rush and get my rods out.
Right.
I'd rather scare them with bait and food than scare them with the hook.
Okay.
So when I get there, first thing I do, I like to build my swims up for at least a week, a month. However, I will sit there, build before I fish them. Getting used to feeding on, nutrients and stuff like that for them.
That way, when you do come, they're on it.
Sorry?
That way, when you do come and fish, and you throw that same thing in there, they don't shy away from it.
No, exactly. And that's, when I show up, that's the first thing I'm doing is dropping a few more spawns out there. I'm not going to go ahead and cast the pack ball. That's not my first thing I'm going to do is cast the pack ball out there or I'm going to chum and then slowly set my stuff up and make sure my rigs are exactly how I want to be worked it out. That way I already have them feeding and when my bait hits there, they just think it's more bait coming downhill.
Okay, good job. Sounds good. And, do you fish more days or nights? Which one you prefer?
I like them both.
Yeah.
I like them both. I would prefer nights and morning times. At least evening and morning times are my favorite.
Okay. Here's another question for you. Now, since you have a lot of experience at Del Hollow, and I'm sure you've been down there, I'm just guessing about 50 times, or even more than that. What is your mindset on why are those carp so big? My personal thing is, I feel like it's got a lot of those zebra mussels in there.
I would say that is definitely part of the reason.
I think a lot of people down there fishing them too.
Yeah.
I would say another reason is the rivers flowing into there. Hydrilla, there is huge amounts of hydrilla in that water, plankton and all that. I think that the carp feed on. It's just a healthy setting for those fish, and there's so much room for them to move around. To me, in my experience, a lot of the carp down in Del Hollow have massive heads, and I think a lot of times what they're actually doing down there is they're lifting up these rocks and flipping them over, finding crayfish, minnows, the zebra mussels, as you say.
Was that
whatever? Sorry.
Sorry. One of my old buddies was saying hi to me.
He said, I don't fishing ain't really my thing, but wanted to stop by and say what's up to James. We appreciate you stopping by, Daryl. Give us a share while you're there, buddy.
But so you think that basically the streams and what'd you say that it's got a very high what?
So there's a lot of plankton in there.
plankton, yeah.
So that creates a lot of oxygen.
Oxygen, okay, I got you. Now I see what you're saying. All right.
I think constantly sends them into a feeding mode. Higher the oxygen levels, they're in some lakes. Higher the oxygen levels, the more they're going to feed, especially in such deep water, clean water. They're not constantly on the move for some food. I think that's also part of the reason why the lake is so clean, is because there's so many cousins.
And why
it seems like it's overwhelmed with 1,000 1-pound fish or something like that.
So you talking about boilies and all that stuff. What company do you go through with boilies a lot?
I do like using the World Classic, but believe it or not, I make a lot of my own boilies. The only time I use World Classic is when I'm actually chopping them up to throw them into a method mix.
Okay.
Or I'll use like CC Moore or Impact to grind up and put into PVAs.
Yeah, because some boilies can be expensive.
Yeah. So you make your own? You said.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a good art.
You got a rolling tray or?
Yeah, so I have a rolling tray, like a little meat stick, all that, and make 5 to 10 pounds. Chum those out. I don't ever use them for hook baits. It's all just kind of like, I call them little high protein snacks. It's freebies. Get them fat.
Now, does your boilies need to be refrigerated?
So I have 2 different recipes. Usually when I make either or, I'm going to chum them out the next day, if not within the next few days. I have one that is like a shelf life per se. I've never really tested how long they last out, because like I said, pretty much once they're done, they're cured, they're getting done.
Okay.
You told us you don't put no flavor in your pack bait unless it's clear.
So I do put flavor, just clear flavor.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. But I said just but clear. Dang, where was I at?
Sorry, guys.
Okay, but what's your go-to flavor though?
I would say I have a couple different ones: banana, pineapple, tiger nut, or hint.
We get them flavors a lot.
Yeah, pineapple.
A lot of pineapple. It seemed like pineapple.
How about banana?
He said banana.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
He said that first.
Okay, my bad. Yeah. Now, when you do carp care, do you have like a landing mat or do you use a cradle?
So I usually, if I'm fishing, it depends where I'm fishing.
Yeah.
If it's a massive long walk, I'm going to use, a mat with a sling, all that. If it's a lake to where I'm going to be staying in that same spot for days on end, I'm going to use a cradle. So it really just depends where I'm fishing.
Okay. So you was just talking about how you was going to go to Geist and you would go to a spot there with your kayak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're basically packing a little bit more lighter than you usually are.
I wish that was the case.
Yeah, it is. I tell you, that is such a, for wild carp anglers, I can understand why paylaggers do. They just put in their stuff in the back of the truck and they just got minimum
15-foot bait space.
And but when it comes to wild carp fishing, I feel like we take everything but the kitchen sink. So I feel like
I agree. My wife just made me, so I have a scope, like a mesh scope rucksack.
Yeah.
And she just made me weigh it the other day, and I just realized it was 135 pounds.
Oh wow!
And that's just
a small human
stuff
right
like that. There's no bait in there. That's just.
That's not a.
36.
Oh, nice.
Is that from Dale Hollow?
No, that's actually Indiana.
36 in Indiana. Well, Hell yeah, that's
Well,
awesome.
man, we should have had her on the show.
Yeah, that's what.
Right?
Wow, that's awesome, man.
No, well, I mean, I guess I don't want to ask exactly where, but is it from one like one of our bigger lakes?
Believe it or not, it's actually not from a bigger lake. This is actually from a pond.
Nice.
Okay, so pond. When you get a fish that big, do you think that fish was brought to that pond, or do you? Because I feel like a lot of times a lot of big fish grows within their environment. If I'm not mistaken.
Right. So I mean, I guess I don't know. I have mixed emotions.
Yeah.
I've been told this by many people. Don't know if it's true or not, so do not quote me on it.
Right.
But I heard there once was a law, or still is a law, in Indiana. If they're to build a pond, like a house addition pond or retention pond, anything like that, if they do not stock any fish, they have to put a gate on it.
They can't stock any fish at what?
If they did not stock any fish, they have to put a gate around it.
Oh yeah,
A gate.
yeah.
Okay.
But
And,
because it makes it fishable, it makes it most of these ponds ain't nothing but drainage.
Right.
That's what most of them are.
Yeah.
exactly, and that's one of the ponds, like where she got her PB at, is one of those ponds that it connects to so many way older than me. There's a little map. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's like IW something, Indianapolis, and you can get on there and you can switch like the Google Earth sky images all the way back to I think like the 60s, if I'm not mistaken, and then bring them all the way back up to like today's date. And so per se, like the pond she caught her fish out of was one of those ponds that had just been there absolutely forever. I also think like with ponds is, there's a lot of ponds are silk, especially like house edition ponds and stuff like that, but they're full of breadcrumbs and mussels and crayfish and stuff like that. So it could be one of those things where they're constantly eating, because I have noticed in ponds they do not grow as long, but they do grow a lot taller. Like their shoulder mass is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Really. Okay.
Like you said, they can't grow. Like you said, they like you were saying, adapt to your environment. Your environment's only so they're only gonna get so big, like long wise, but they can still, if they're like you said, with all the red worms in there, you can still bulk up.
Steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like what I feel like what Texas has going on
With the buffaloes.
with the buffaloes.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, they're pretty long, but man, they don't look that big when they're in the water. But man, when you net them and you get them to flip over, you're like, good lord. I mean, it's just like the mirrors and stuff in Del Hollow too. Even the commons. Some of them ain't really that long, but they're you pull them in, you didn't think it was that big, but it's way bigger than what you think.
I think you want to give out a door price?
Yeah, we can.
All right. You want to do the numbers again?
Yep.
Okay. Guess what?
Between one. We'll do between 1 and 5. Or
1 to 500?
Between 0.
Nah.
What?
1 to 500.
I might pick 1.
Okay. Everybody wants to
Nah,
pick
between 1 and 500.
1 to 500. And I'll give away a carp crack. Uh-oh.
Carp crack.
A bag of carp crack.
Not just yet.
Yeah.
I got a quick question because I seen this earlier, but we didn't say nothing about it.
Oh, what was that?
Let's see here. I don't know where it went.
No.
Somebody asked about your barbels.
Somebody asked about that?
Yeah, and they was like, what happened to them?
Too much maintenance.
Too much maintenance.
Yeah, it's like renting out rubber bands and all that kind of stuff.
I haven't even wrote a number down, guys.
that him again? You there, Brandon? Brandon? Did we lose Brandon?
Yeah, see, I didn't even,
What are you doing?
I didn't do nothing. I don't know why.
I think you got something against Brandon.
No, I'm not doing nothing.
You're the one that's at the phone, man.
I know, but I ain't done
I actually feel sorry for him, man. He's our guest for the show, and you just want to hang up on him. What the heck?
Oh,
Wow, I apologize for Tommy's actions.
Man,
I don't
no,
think he likes you
stop
too much. I know you're one of our teammates, but
I don't know why he keeps doing
he's like, he keeps on.
because it's not. It's showing like it's still
He goes,
like
watch
time's
this,
still
James.
running.
Watch this, James. Watch this. There it goes. It's all good. You there?
hello.
Oh, okay, there you are. So, all right. I guess real quick, we're going to guess the number between 1 through 500. Tom is getting ready to write the number right now. And
Hang on, don't.
well, no, we
don't.
don't have a number yet. We don't have a number yet. And what do we got here? Okay. All right.
All right, we
right,
got the number.
go.
Go ahead. Between 1 and 100.
1 through. Huh?
I mean 1 to 500.
Yeah. 1 through 500. Wow. So. Yeah. All right. So we got the numbers coming, and then.
I'll keep a watch on it. Go ahead and ask Brandon another question.
All right. So, what is the weirdest thing that ever happened to you while carp fishing?
I mean, quite a few things. I'd probably say one of the weirdest, maybe kind of sketchy
Okay.
kind of deals. I was actually out at Fisherman's Village.
Oh, I like that place.
Yeah, so I was out there in the back by the boat launch, and I don't know, it was maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning, and car pulled up, and then somebody got out, ran in the woods, walked out with a cat litter jug, took back off, and then about 20 minutes later, what looked as if it was the same car had pulled up,
Yeah.
parked, turned their lights off, and they got out, and I had my rods kind of casted out just to the left of where I guess people would put their boats in, and they had lit at least 20 or 30 candles around my rods, and so I'm like, well, hey, I can move my rods, it's not a big deal, whatever. And they just kind of looked at me and was like, oh no, you're fine, our friend just died here. And so that's kind of where I was a little creeped out, and I was like, no, just out of respect, I'm going to move my rods, and I just packed my stuff up and left at that point.
Yeah, there was I'm not gonna lie, I think there was a couple of investigations around that time, and I don't know. But yeah,
Quite a few, actually.
Which side was you on? Was you on that the boat launch side?
Twin Cities.
Yeah, so where the gas station and all that, you pull down the little dirt road.
Yeah. Sometimes that area can be a little bit scary sometimes. So, wow.
What are you talking about? Fisherman's Village?
Yeah.
What was that? Well, you said you had a couple of different encounters. What was the other one?
Oh man. I mean, I could give you a funny one.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, funny for me, not funny for the other guy, but so I was actually out at that Geist, right there at the creek or whatever, and there was a guy bass angling. He was actually in a kayak or canoe, whatever you want to call it. And I had told him, like, hey, just let you know I got some lines, because he was headed right, like, dead at my lines. And he's like, okay, I see him. So I walk away. As soon as I turn my back, I hear my alarms go off, so I go to run over there. He has my lines all tangled up around him.
What the heck?
Yeah, and he ends up flipping his kayak in the middle of the creek. Keep in mind, the middle out there is maybe only 3 feet deep.
Wow.
And so he ends up losing all his rods, reels, all that, and then he started cussing me out. And
What?
I just
What's
kind
the
of looked at him,
reason?
like, hey, look, you told me that your lines were here. So it was funny for me because it was one of those guys that acknowledges
just a
that you're
dick.
there, but owns the water. So.
Sounds like he was just a dick and he knew it because you told him your shit was there and he still went anyways.
Yeah. So that's why it was funny for me because he ended up, losing all his stuff, and I was just like, well, whatever.
Alright. Well, that,
But a lot of times I fish. I like to fish secluded spots. Like that's one of the only spots that I fish that's not actually secluded. I kind of like being put off by myself. I don't like being around my rods or anything like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
nothing usually really happens other than the casual raccoon or something trying to take your bait bucket around.
He said 5'10", 5'20".
So, what's the weirdest bait have you ever messed with or you used? Weirdest bait.
I haven't really used too many weird baits.
Come on, you guys, don't give up, man. Keep popping them numbers out. Y'all.
I mean, one of the, I wouldn't really call it weird, but one of the oddest things that I've caught a carp on, which is, I know a lot of people use it over in Europe, is actually spam. Put spam up and casted it out there, just seeing if anything would bite. It was one of those days that nothing was working, and just went to the dollar store, grabbed a can of spam, and casted that out there. I caught carp on. I took floss and flossed around. What are those called? Sardines around a pop-up, and caught fish on those as well.
Well, I think one thing, me and Jimmy Sneed, we went to a CCC tournament over there in Jolts River. I think it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And it had a huge rainstorm just before the tournament. And the rivers they were just flying by. We actually had to use 16-ounce weights just to keep our line down.
That is outrageous.
Yeah, that's basically a pound. You got a pound just to hold our line down in one spot. So, 2 people actually caught a fish. If I'm not mistaken, I believe who's Iceman? Richie. Remember his
Eldridge?
Who?
Richie Eldridge?
Yeah, Richie Eldridge. I believe he won the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. And Jimmy, he caught
I see you, Eli. I see you, bro.
He caught the other fish, and but
We might as well just give it to Eli.
is he the only one answering?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Well, not now. I mean, not before. He's going hard.
He caught a catfish off of it, but of course it didn't count. But he caught it with turkey bacon.
Really?
Yeah, turkey bacon, and but yeah, I thought that was very unusual. It was microwave type turkey bacon.
Man, hey, look, I'm gonna call it, man.
No, don't call it. Can't call it yet.
Yeah, why not, man?
Let the numbers fly.
Everybody's saying let Eli have it. He's the only one been commenting. Look, scroll down, scroll. It's him.
That's just, you can't just kill it. Can you? Is that?
I mean,
we don't officially.
I'm
have
just
the
going
rules.
off of what the people that are watching us saying. They're saying.
I just bailed him out. I just bailed out his last bait.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, you know what I mean. You're gonna be sending him out some more.
Eli. Well, look. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's all him.
What's the price?
Look,
Well, the people give it to Eli. I mean, that's you want to call it.
Man, hey,
What do you want to do?
It's up to bottom feeder baits.
No, it's up to you, man.
But the 600 people that are watching are saying Eli.
600. I wish it was 600 people. That
Keep going, Eli, man. You're getting close, bub.
you're so close. But okay, well, do you like to fish around debris or rocks when it comes to carp?
Yeah, so I would say that's another one of the things, it depends where I'm fishing. If I'm fishing more of a river, like creeks and stuff, I do rather be around snags, debris, stuff like that.
Look, man, come
Pretty
on,
much lock
man.
your guy
Yeah, he's
down
got some fingers on him.
He's not-
stake your rods in.
He's not only.
Right.
But as far as like lakes and ponds and stuff, my biggest things like with lakes is if the lake is completely one depth, I'm going to try to find a hole. If it's 13 foot, I'm going to try to find a little 14-foot hole, and that's where my rods are going to be.
Hey, congratulations, Eli. I'm calling it.
Sorry.
I'm calling it. Congrats,
you won.
Eli, man.
You want it.
And hey, not only did he, he's the only one commenting, but he also asked you a question too. He also wants to know what hook size you use also, as he was commenting.
So he's got some
That's
fingers on him.
But the number was 44, man.
44. That was 40.
It was 44. 044.
Okay.
044.
Like
That's
that.
that's what it was. My favorite number. Fofos.
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 Size 6s and 4s on hook.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Eli. And so, do you prefer, like, when you go to creeks and stuff, do you use your 4s or you use your 6s? And the vice versa is like when you go to like a bigger body of water.
I use both. It just depends what rig I'm using. Like my Ronnie rigs, I like using 4s. Quarter cranks, I'm going to use a 6 on that with the kicker on the end of it.
Okay, sweet. Now, do you like to use for pickups too? Which one do you prefer on pickups? The boilies, tiger nuts, or maize corn or corn?
I'd honestly say a tiger nut and a pizza based corn never fails.
Okay.
What is your biggest pet peeve when you go fishing?
Definitely when I see somebody using open face upside down, I have to go walk over there and help them out there.
Like, look, bub, if we turn it like this, here, let's unscrew this and put this on this side, and there you go.
Yep.
Well, that's nice of you to help them out like that.
That's I think that's just a part of it. Knowledge is no good just stored in somebody's brain.
Right.
Okay, Brandon, what kind of advice can you give someone that's just starting out in carp fishing?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I can say is learn. And what I mean by that is you get out there, study the fish, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask people questions. Like one of my biggest things I tell people, I wasn't born with Dumbo ears for no reason. They're open to learn, no matter what.
Oh, you missed
Yeah, I
it.
don't really think your ears are that big.
Hey, that's his new nickname in the group.
Ears.
No, Dumbo.
But no, get out there and learn. Figure out
Hey,
what
congratulations,
works best.
Eli. He picked the right number. It's 44.
Yeah. I mean, your whole ear thing, as long as your wife likes them, that's what matters. If she likes to tug those ears, that's great.
Right?
Yeah, so.
Hey, don't feel bad, man. My head's, I've gained a lot of weight, so I used to have a skinny face. But anyways, that's what I got called. I got called Spock.
Spock?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I have big ears. I mean, I still think I have big ears, but like I said, my face is filled out and shit. So, when you.
I remember when Tommy did his one of his very first videos.
Oh Lord, I was so nervous.
Yeah, he was at Indy Pay Lakes.
Using Kevin Thorpe's setup that's this tall.
Yeah. And he was demonstrating what a Pay Lake. I think it was a Pay Lake stand.
Yeah, it was the cash.
Yeah, he was nervous and he was skinny. You look back at that video like, whoa, dude. I'm not saying you're not skinny now.
I wish I was skinny now.
No.
Yeah. I need to join. I need to do what you're doing. I need to join the diet that you're on.
It's all done by meat, man. I love it.
I eat a lot of meat anyways.
I mean, yeah. You just gotta walk.
Oh man, bro, you better. Hey, Taylor, you better erase that comment.
Well, she said,
ears don't do it.
She said those ears don't work though.
Oh. I
so
think all men's that way, basically. They, oh. Well, I mean, jeez. You got any questions, Brandon? Sorry.
Sorry, didn't hear you.
I said, you have any questions or anything?
Yeah. I mean, definitely.
There you go. Shout outs to anybody?
Do what?
Or shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, as far as shout outs, everybody that's got me into it, as far as carp fishing, we went over that. Kenny Mac for sure.
Kenny Mac?
Hell of a man. And then, honestly, YouTube thing. That's one of the biggest things. Like when I first got into it, got introduced to you. I've told you, like, still to this day, I'll never forget. When I very first bought my carp setup, you helped me get a 12-foot rod. I had a number 2, and then you helped me get the third 12-footer in.
Yeah.
And it seems almost as if from that day, that's kind of like like a life experience. That's where I think I like helping out people. I got helped out, and it's not hard to help somebody out.
No.
You definitely part of it impacted my life at a certain age. Where I was able to carry that on the rest of my life.
How old were you at that time?
12 maybe.
Yeah.
11, 12.
I was kind of thinking. Wow.
It was.
Time flies, don't it?
Right when I was getting into it, maybe a little bit older.
Yeah. Time flies, don't it? It's like, and how old are you now?
I'm 24 now.
24. I was thinking 25, 24, 25. Okay. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Got gray hairs and long, getting old.
Yeah.
You said gray hairs already?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm gonna be 54 this year. Yeehaw. Bring it on. Let's do it. But yeah, I appreciate those kind of words, man. That's awesome, man.
James is not as bad as we thought he is, huh?
But man, that when are you taking your son out fishing?
Sorry.
So when are you going to take your son out fishing again?
He'll probably be out there this weekend.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, usually that's his thing. He knows if he sees me getting rigs ready, hey Dad, are we going fishing?
Nice.
He loves it. He's an outside kid, and
yeah,
I couldn't be any more happier that he likes it.
Oh, that's great. That's really, really great. So,
I like
definitely.
I like that you said he's an outside kid.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't commend not being outside. So.
Yeah. I seen a video the other day where it was like a mom telling her kid she locked him outside and was talking to him through the window, and he's like, "Mom, let me in." She was like, "No, you're grounded to the outside. You're not coming in. You ain't playing no video games." That's all.
We growing up, we were told that. So I'm one of 9.
One of the
So it was six boys and 3 girls, and that mom, she was like, "You guys are going outside."
That's a full
all
house
summer
right
long.
there.
We eat breakfast, go outside, and come back, eat a quick lunch, and then we're outside till dinner. And I think as we got older, we had got like a game console or something. That's what she would do. She'd take away the game console, like, "Get outside. You're done. Phil."
So what was that? That was Nintendo back in the day, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was. I think so. We had a Sega.
Sega.
Sega!
Yep, that's it.
Mine was a Atari 2600.
Hey, every one of them was like this.
PlayStation.
Yeah, blown into the cartilage. That's funny. Well, jeez.
Hey, look, one quick question, man, because we're getting close to.
Yeah, it was getting close to
Do you think carp see color?
I do not. I think they see brightness.
Let's see, contrast?
Yeah. So, I think that's why I do use like a lot of, like I said, the white baits. I don't like throwing the dark reds in there. However, I will say though, on a hook bait, you can throw a dark color on bottom and then throw something brighter above it, and I think it help pops it out on the hook base. So
Okay.
I do think they see the color, or not color, brightness or whatever of it.
Right. That's a question we ask a lot of those anglers, if the carp use colors, and of course we always get different reactions, or different comments on each what their opinion is about that, and I like to actually do a little bit kind of textbook thing about that. It's kind of pretty fascinating. It's kind of like because a dog don't see color. And I'm sure there might be other animals that don't see color too. Why not? Would we fish?
Do we still have that card for the Texas wildlife people?
Yes.
I think we have it somewhere. We should get a hold of it. See if we can have it on the show.
Okay. I'll try to do that one day.
I think they'd be able to answer a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? That maybe we have some answers to, just because they're so into the science behind it and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they can give us some fact answers.
So you think buffs and common carp maybe got the same type of eyesight?
I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying I'm sure that buffalo's not the only species that they
Or any kind of fish?
Well, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying that I don't think buffalo is the only fish that they have studied.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because if they're fascinated by how big these fish are getting and
Right.
how long is it taking them, and
They said this thing's probably been around since dinosaurs age.
There used to be a carp fisherman in Ohio. I don't think he's carp fisherman anymore, but he actually was a marine biologist.
Man, I bet if you tell me his name, is it Buckeye? No?
No. I think it starts with a D. Derek, something like that, maybe.
Or Daryl?
Not. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to go through my message to see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Tommy. So on your buff in Texas,
yeah.
So I know like most buffs, they kind of pick up, drop when they're hidden. Was your fight mostly out, or was it one that got close to the bank that it shoot out?
So as far as the run, obviously, it's all pretty much a lot of smallmouths down there that we was catching, and when you're not used to fishing for smallmouth like that, obviously Austin Anderson already knew, but he was telling us, he was like, when that thing drops, he was like, get a barrel on that rod, because 9 times out of 10, he's taking it. Well, not taking it. It's already been took.
Okay.
He just hasn't.
Right.
He just hasn't realized it yet, because he was taking. We use the bait boats, and he's taking these. He's really taking it a little bit he's taking it far out, and so I'm inquiring. I'm like, why are we going so far out? You know what I mean? He's like, cause we don't want all the fish that's schooled up together. You know what I mean? He was like, you want the fish that's, just out there, just happen to be swimming by, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, what's this? Boom. But that's what would happen. They would just drop it. Like your bobbin would go from straight here, you know what I mean? And it would drop so fast, and then next thing you know, it come right back up, pew, and it was gone.
So
as far as the fight, there was a couple of them where, we caught some channels too. We was catching catfish too.
Yeah.
So, when you're hooking them, them big buffs, or the way they was shaking, you was almost thinking that you had another channel until they came in out of that deep water.
Okay.
Because it was deep there. So when they would get closer, that's when you would realize, like, okay, this is way bigger than what I thought it was.
Okay. So, do you think the smaller fish is closer to the shorelines, and the bigger fish are way out in the deep? Or do you think there's smaller fishes out in the deep too?
Just going off of how Austin Anderson explained it to us, you know what I mean? Is, obviously there's people that's coming out there fishing that don't have a bait boat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, they're only going so far out.
Okay.
And probably chum in a certain area so they can, to try to bring the fish to them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So,
just like when we go to Del Hollow, we chum an area to bring the fish to us. Well,
right.
When you're in a big lake like this, you don't want to chum a big area. You want to go beyond that, like you said,
Right.
and try to get something that you normally are not going to catch.
okay, I can do it. All right. So,
But I hope I answered your question, Brandon.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever have the chance, bro, go out there.
Oh, it's definitely on the bucket list to get out there and see if I can go out there and catch one of those. I did just find, I know you seem to like up fishing. We actually have a lake in Indiana that's probably about 45 minutes to an hour away from my house. That has a big buff. It was actually one just caught by a bass angler. So a coworker of mine, he's a big bass angler. We give each other the tap all the time. I call his fish sweet pickles. He calls Carp Talk. But he went up to this lake and he accidentally had snagged one, and it was a 37-pound buck.
We should get together, man, and go out there and make a video shoot out.
well, Brandon, and I still want to do this, Brandon. He was like thinking one time we should do a video. We're gonna try to go out and do a video shoot with me and him and both our sons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime.
Yeah, but of course, if our teammate wants to come along, that's fine too. You know what I mean?
Definitely have to get something planned up, and then there's just so many
Options out there.
reservoirs and stuff like that.
Untapped
My wife's
resources.
family, they love going camping and stuff. And we went out to Summit last year, and Summit's one of those places you don't have to put it in. There's a lot of high teams out there, mid teams, but I showed up and literally just casted some PVA in the water and took in a couple high quantities, did a 4 or 5 hour fishing trip, and that was right by our campsite.
Oh, yeah.
Eli said in 1918 they put 420 buffs here in Arizona, and some of them are still alive.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, we'll definitely. I'm not gonna ask you the name of that now, but I'm gonna hit you up, man, and let's try to get together and go there one of these weekends.
Definitely.
Okay.
We'll get it planned
No,
out. 'cause
James, you
I'm
can't
pretty
tell.
close to it, so it's nothing to go up there and, get a spot baited up for like a week or two and then plan something and fish it.
Yeah. Yes, James, you can go.
Fine. Well, brother, I think we're getting to the end of our show. Man, I love talking to you, man. You're a very, very knowledgeable young man. You know what you're talking about. Of course, you hanged out with a bunch of legends that taught you a lot. And then you just basically you ran with it with all that knowledge. So that's great that you soaked a lot of that stuff and other things for different carp anglers.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about and I like what you say, is that don't be afraid to ask questions. And right there you proved it. So I'm sure you're an open textbook and you just kept on, okay, we'll do this, talk to that carp angler, and then, gave you a lot of good ideas, and you probably maybe tweaked it even more after that too. So, wow, Brandon, it's an honor to have you on our team Fish Finders.
Yeah, it really is, man. I don't think we can say anything better about it, really.
I can't.
He's
I really
a good,
can't.
hey, good angler.
Yeah.
Good person.
I can't wait to do a video shoot with him. We haven't done one yet with you, but it's coming. We need to get one going. So.
100%. I definitely appreciate you guys allowing me to get on here and pretty much just hang out and talk. I mean, it's awesome. Definitely have to get some plans made up. And let's get out and get some videos going.
Yes, sir. Well, all right. Well, appreciate you, Brandon.
Yep, appreciate you, Brandon, man. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Good. All right, you guys have a good night.
You too. Thanks, bro. Wow. Brandon.
He's a good dude, man.
Yeah. I mean, we talked to him a lot of times
In the group,
in our group chat and all that stuff, but actually getting that one-on-one knowledge,
just being able to pick his brain.
Break his brain, exactly. And the spots that he knows, he just became our best friend. Of all the big fish.
James, see, that's the only reason James puts people on the team, man. He wants your guys' spots. He wants to catch your PBs.
You guys found out my evil plots. And the next step is time to take over the world.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, well,
Yeah.
you got anything, man?
Just the normal, always support your local bait shops, Naptown, Adams Outdoors, Bobber Shop, Indie Bait and Tackle.
Carpanglers.com.
Yep. Support Bottom Feeder Baits. Shout out to Big Money Beepers.
Big Money Beepers.
Carpy Commando, carpangler.com.
Yep.
Anybody and everybody that supports us, helps us out in any type of way, shape, or form. We appreciate you guys.
Yep.
We ain't gonna say no names or nothing, man, but we appreciate you guys so much. You just do it for the fun, man.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Spread a lot of knowledge, So,
all right. Well,
we appreciate y'all. That's it.
Later, guys.
Take it easy.